A lot of things happen in our lives that we can't even explain. Good morning this morning. My name is my name is Lex Bosimi and I am your anchor for this program. I want to let us into a particular part of life that I've been thinking about recently. And the thing is, who decides what happens to us? Have you sit down to think about that? Like, who really decides what happens in our lives? Who decide the way it goes? Some religious people will say it's the work of a supreme being. Some naturalists will say it is humans that decides or that makes happen whatever it is that happens in their lives. A lot of people will say a lot of things, but really, who decides what happens in our lives? I'm going to say that a lot of the time, what happens in our lives is decided by us, individuals, you, me. We are the ones that decide what happens in our lives by our actions, inactions, and all the things that we do. What you do today will get the result tomorrow. What you do yesterday will reap the result today. And the circle goes on and on and on like that. But if we check very well, there is the existence of a supreme being who holds everything and everybody together. That is what I believe. That is what works for me. I'm sure a lot of people will agree, and I'm sure there are some that will not agree. But the most important thing is how well do you make good things happen to you? How often do you make good things happen to you? By the good things that you do today. A lot of us will be waiting onto things that will never come. We'll be waiting for people to do good things for us, whereas we have not done good things for others. If we've not done good things for others, how do we expect people to do good things for us? We only get what we give. We are as good as what we give. We are as rich as what we give. So, nobody should depend on anybody doing good for them without them first doing good for people. Let's just think of it this way. When we prepare our food and eventually we get good aroma and good taste from our food, it is because we have put in effort, something good. We put in something good, and definitely we are going to reap something good. When we prepare, let's say rice, you put rice on fire, you add salt. If you are doing a Nigerian jollof rice, definitely you add all the condiments that is needed to prepare rice. Now, you adding all these condiments, all these ingredients, they are the good deeds that you are doing so you can get something good in return. You add all your ingredients and eventually you get a good taste. So when you get a good taste, it is not because the good taste just jumps and appears magically. It is because you have put in an effort that eventually brought about a good taste that you are going to enjoy. So I believe it happens in our daily endeavors and our lives generally. When we do good, definitely good things, good will trail us. But I must caution though that when you are doing good, you shouldn't do it with the mind of getting it back immediately. You should do it with the mind of it is good to do good. It is good to do good. So when you do good, it shouldn't be because you are expecting someone to pay you back immediately or soon. It should be because you are channeled to do good. It is required of you to do good, and you are doing good. Not because you are expecting someone to come and pay you back immediately or even in the nearest future. So listeners, what I'm trying to say is we can do as much good as we want, and definitely good will forever trail us. But we shouldn't do good because we are expecting to get the good back. So in fact, some people will say you should do good to people that you know cannot pay you back. Even the good book, that old good book, the Bible, said when you invite people for your event, it shouldn't be people you know will pay you back. They should be people that you know they cannot pay you back. You know when they are coming, they cannot even afford to buy a gift for you. It should be people that they cannot pay you back. People that cannot pay you back. So, we should know that doing good is of essence. And it's like a boomerang. When you throw a boomerang, it goes and comes straight back to you. Come straight back to you. But trust me, even if you don't reap the good that you do today, your descendants will reap them. Reminds me of a story, a particular story. A friend went for an interview, and she has been looking for a job for a while, so she was kind of desperate. She was very desperate. So she got to this interview, and the interviewer was like, "Wow, your name is Biola Adebusoye. Which Adebusoye is yours?" The girl explained where she's from, and it happens that the girl's dad, who she has been castigating for doing good to a lot of people, the dad has been doing good to a lot of people without reaping it back. In fact, as at that moment, the dad was not rich. And this girl has always been castigating her dad. Why do you keep doing good to people? And we are poor. You cannot even afford things that you need, yet you keep doing good to people. Why? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Not knowing that the dad, this particular interviewer, is one of the persons the dad has sponsored when he was younger. Sponsored the school, sponsored everything, took care of the person without even knowing where the person came from. So when this lady explained who the dad is, the man was close to tears. And to cut the long story short, the lady got the job, and in fact, she was transferred to the headquarters where she got a very good remuneration, not because she was good, but because her dad was good. So do you see that when you do good, you shouldn't necessarily expect it to come back immediately? Although the law of nature, when we follow the law of nature, you might get to what you do immediately. In fact, it can be instantly. But most times, it doesn't come instantly. It comes when you never expected. It comes later, when you never even expected. Now, this man has done good, and the daughter has raped it. It was a lesson for everybody involved. The dad, who has been castigated over the years for doing good, knows eventually or saw the results that doing good actually pays. The daughter, who has been castigating the dad for a long time, discovered that actually doing good is the way forward. Doing good is what you should do. You should make sure, you should ensure that you're doing good. And then the interviewer has been able to discover that even you don't have to pay those who are doing good to you immediately. You never can tell where you will be in the position to even be able to pay it more than you can ever imagine. Now this interviewer has been able to pay the man back through the daughter. And this is a lesson for everybody, every one of us. Doing good should be our way forward. Doing good should be the way to go. Let us keep doing good. Let us keep doing good, making better our society, making better the humans in our society, those around us, because nobody grows by putting other people down. When we grow together, we grow faster. Like Emma said, I cannot climb this mountain if I climb alone. I'll need you. You need me. We all need each other. And we can only maintain our need for each other by doing good to each other. So with this, I'm signing out. I'm saying that as you continue this week, do good to others without expecting it to come back to you immediately. Do good to others and forget it. I said 95% of trees planted in the world today are planted by squirrels. They take the seed and they bury them. They keep them and they forget where they have kept them. So let us learn from the squirrel today. Do good and forget it. When you reap the result, you will never expect it. For this, I say enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good day, and may we always be blessed. I remain your humble host, Lex Gosimi. Till we meet again, stay blessed.